going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I already went ahead and put together a video about how I feel when it comes to the Terminator event within Black Ops 6 and how it's pretty lackluster. Again, the whole event kind of just, revolves around trying to sell you a bundle instead of actually being an event for a full paid game. But today, I'm not going to be ranting your guys' ears off a second time about all this stuff. I want to discuss the actual items when it comes to this event. Now, let's be honest here. The majority of the items are absolute garbage, okay? Stickers and just stuff that I'm never going to use in a million years. But obviously, we got a couple of good items within this event that I want to touch upon. The AEK Fully Auto mod and also the War Machine. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be deep diving if they are good, bad, how Treyarch can handle things moving forward in the future, so on and so forth. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 and 1 Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, if you guys are interested, I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I gave myself a decent amount of playtime when it came to the AEK and the War Machine. I didn't want to just, automatically unlock it, play it for a match, and then go ahead and bring content for you guys about it. No. I had to get a decent amount of time with it. I gotta unlock all the attachments that I want, try different formats, so on and so forth, for me to actually come to a real conclusion on these items. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, I actually enjoy them a ton. Now, for the AEK specifically, I actually have a little special class set up here for you guys. Now, I'm going to be honest with you all, I'm not a big fan of sharing class setups, but every single time I tell you guys that I enjoy a weapon, everybody in the comment section still wants it, and, it never ends well if I don't show you guys what I'm rocking. So this is what I'm using right here. Again, take it with a grain of salt. I am a PC player. I play on mouse and keyboard. So for a console player, you might want to go ahead and change a few things around. But for me personally, this right here is the perfect setup. And I will say in the gameplay that you guys are watching, I'm using a balanced stock because I didn't have the infiltrator stock unlocked during that current moment because I don't really use marksman rifles that much. But I did try the infiltrator stock and it's a trillion times better than a balanced stock in my personal opinion. Of course, you guys can go ahead and test that out for yourselves. But this is actually extraordinarily fun. The AEK kind of works like the AS Val, in my personal opinion, with a bit more range to it, which is perfectly fine. The only problem is that, again, it's a marksman rifle, so it is still a tad bit slow. And, if you're thinking of the AS Val, you can move fast, you can ADS fast. Even if I deck this thing out to have pretty good ADS speeds, it's still going to be a tad bit slower than the AS Val. But overall, it's fun variety into the mix of the game. But I will say, on Treyarch's behalf, it's, I don't want to be mean, but it's kind of tone deaf. The way that they're introducing all of these parts and the way that they're handling a lot of the changes with this game. Although the AEK fully automatic mod is fun and enjoyable, it just makes me think of all the missed potential they just had within this game. Seriously, think about it. The SWAT is garbage. We need a little bit more variety within the marksman category. The AEK is already an extremely dominant gun. And although the fully automatic mod is fun and all, and I enjoy using it, I still personally think people are going to opt into the burst fire, mode for the AEK because it's a demon machine. It one-taps people 24/7. It's disgusting. And like I said, a minute ago, if you're going to be running gunning a lot, although the AEK is a nice little shake-up and it's a different gun, the AS Val just does it way better when it comes to close to medium engagements because it's faster. You can ADS faster, you get a suppressor, all the good things that you want you can have on the AS Val compared to the AEK, where you have to dump a bunch of attachments to increase the ADS speeds, make yourself strafe a bit faster, control the recoil so you can land a lot more shots, so on and so forth. So, although it's fun, I feel like people are going to opt out of it, and it just seems like such missed potential because the SWAT would have been the perfect gun to give a fully automatic mod on. Am I right or am I wrong? They didn't do any buffs to the SWAT. They refused to change it and make it any more fun to use, so you basically never see it in the rotation in the matches that you play on Black Ops 6. I mean, the majority of the time, like I said, you see the AEK, or you see the DM10 or something like that, or the other one, the Tarscott, or whatever that one is. But nobody, when I say nobody, I mean nobody bothers using the SWAT unless they're grinding out camos or something of that sort. But if you put the SWAT up against anything, it's going to get melted. This was their opportunity to turn it around. They don't want to buff the SWAT for some strange reason. They don't want to make it competitive with the other, weapons in the marksman rifle category. This could have changed things around. Shoot, in my personal opinion, I think they should have added in a fully automatic mod, just in general, for all the marksman rifles that are semi-automatic. Maybe not the Tarsk. I keep forgetting the name of the dang marksman rifle. But for the AEK, the SWAT, and even the FAL that's coming out soon, mid-season, this mod could be used on all of that. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be great? That would be something that people would be encouraged to hop back into to unlock, because that's going to add a lot of variety into the mix. But again, I guess that's a little too much to ask from, a AAA development team who is funded by millions, if not billions of dollars. I guess that's a little too much to ask. But again, AEK fully automatic, not bad, but their priorities are all out of whack. Again, people are going to go right back to using the burst fire for the AEK, and the SWAT is still going to be irrelevant. Again, like I said, just seems a little tone deaf. And then moving over to the War Machine, you'll actually see me pop it up a couple of times in this gameplay. This thing is really fun. But, let's be honest here. The War Machine is fun in pretty much every Call of Duty game that it's introduced in. Right? Cold War, it was a demon machine. And same thing here in Black Ops 6. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I will say, it's very fun to go ahead and unlock. I highly encourage you guys to go ahead and do so. But again, I know I'm going to piss people off. And everybody's going to say you complain way too much. But I'm just talking from the heart, okay? That's all I'm doing here. I'm just speaking how I feel about this stuff. It's the War Machine, right? Don't get me wrong, it's cool and all. But how many times are we going to add the War Machine as DLC in a Treyarch game and consider it new content? Is this going to become the new main thing that happens within Treyarch games? We just keep remastering the hand cannon and the War Machine, in the first couple of seasons? Are we just going to do this back to back to back to back? Because to me personally, although it's cool and all, and they added the burst mod on it, so instead of it shooting one, missile, it's going to shoot 3 at once. And, whatever, I guess that's cool and all. And I do enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to mess around with. And I've gotten some insane tears with it. But I've gotten insane tears with the War Machine in every other Call of Duty game I could possibly think of that has introduced this score streak into the game. It's nothing special whatsoever. Although fun, a 3-burst mod isn't enough to change it around to make it any different than what a War Machine typically is. I want to see fresh things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much, and maybe I am being a little over the top. And I want you guys to go down in the comment section and let me know if I am. But to me personally, like I said, all of these items just seem so tone deaf. They add in a fully automatic mod for a weapon that is already extremely overpowered instead of giving the fully automatic gun to a underrated marksman rifle. And then on top of that, instead of adding in a fresh streak, we're getting the War Machine again. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm spoiled from Sledgehammer Games, because Sledgehammer was introducing, we got the Swarm in Modern Warfare 3, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't seen the Swarm since literally Black Ops 2. That was the last time we saw a major, massive swarm come into a Call of Duty game. And they reintroduced that back into the mix. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, well, that's a recycled streak. We already had the Swarm. But we didn't have it time and time and time and time again. What was the other one? The Lotus Star or whatever it was? I keep forgetting the name of some of these streaks from Modern Warfare 3. The OG Modern Warfare 3. But they reintroduced so many streaks that we haven't seen in ages. And it was fun. It was enjoyable to use some of these streaks again in a more, modern day. Not modern day game, but, modern time period, 2024, 2025. When technology has, improved, it's so awesome seeing these streaks come back to life. Don't get me wrong. But man, oh man, the War Machine for the 5th time in a row in a Treyarch game. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I didn't really mean 5 times. So let's actually see. We had it in Black Ops 3. We had it in Black Ops 4. We had it in Black Ops Cold War, and now Black Ops 6. So I was really dang close. Not 5, but we had it 4 games in a row. The War Machine has been introduced into the game. And in the past 2 games, they're trying to, push it off as a new streak that we should all be excited for. But let me tell you guys something. Shouldn't the War Machine be in the game day 1? Shouldn't the hand cannon be in the game day 1? They're fun. They're great streaks. But these are things that are already established. I feel like they should be just staples of Treyarch games. and add newer streaks into the mix. Like, I don't know what's so wrong with that concept, but I guess that's, like I said, it's not a part of Treyarch's plan here. And as always, it makes me feel like they're just rushing with this game. I say it time and time and time again, but I truthfully think that Treyarch did not have 4 years to put together Black Ops 6. Because if they had 4 years to put together Black Ops 6, a War Machine would not be considered new content for their second game in a row. It just wouldn't. They'll be trying to make something actually fresh and really new. That's what they would be doing if they had 4 full years of development time. This right here screams, I only had a couple of years to put this together. We're rushing through these seasons to make anything interesting. So here, take it. So ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is that this content is good. It's not shabby. It's fun to use. And if you decide to go ahead and use your time to go pick up a bunch of skulls in the multiplayer experience, by all means, go ahead and do so. I don't think you're going to regret it because, as you can see from the footage here, the AEK, it shreds pretty nicely. And, the War Machine is disgusting as it's always been. I mean, like I said, I can't think of a singular game where the War Machine wasn't an absolute demon machine, okay? So, yeah, it's worth it, but personally, I feel like it's very tone deaf. They're not working on the correct weapons, and they're not really introducing anything fresh into this game. It just seems like all they have to do is just use their brain just a tiny bit, Just a tiny bit of brain action would have added a lot more variety, but at the end of the day, it might not be in their control. Like I said earlier, they might have only had 2 years to put together this game, which means they would have no time to, actually be creative with this project, which would really explain why things are still panning out the way that they are. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here to 8 morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, you guys can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you all next one. Peace out.